Most of you here anyway. All right. Is everyone here? That's my first question.
Cindy's here.
Oops.
I'm here.
All right.
Thrawn's here.
Adventures. From last we left off, you had just finished an encounter at the main inn tavern. Did I give this thing? You have just finished an encounter in a tavern or inn in basically the heart of the city by the pier, and then moved outside, running from the local constabulary, and have now received a small quest from a patron of the Adventurers Guild, and have now arrived outside of the guild hall. To paint a picture for you, the guild hall sits nestled between the sea and a very beautiful forest.
You're cutting out a little bit.
Am I? Fuck.
Yep.
Let me turn off my noise suppression. This is why I hate it. Okay. To paint a picture for you for what this guild hall looks like, it's nestled between the sea and a small forest contained inside the city itself. The windows are nice, clean. However, there are bottles strewn about, bits of glass embedded into the dirt and the sand, and, as you've no doubt witnessed, at least one broken window, contrary to the nice ones, still embedded into the frame. And in front of you, a human man sprawled out with literal stars circling his head. You look about, seeing, well, what can only be described as a madhouse, as beer bottles are thrown back outside towards the man thrown out the window, and just general mayhem. Give me 1 second. I need to find the map I made for this. Oh, I didn't download it. That will do it. Give me a second. I need to install the map.
All good.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Sorry about that.
You're good.
It's a bit of a madhouse, to put it plainly. And for a second, you think that you might have the wrong place. And yet, above the doorway reads a sign: Adventurers Guild. Home to all who desire journey. Adventurers, what do you decide to do?
This checks out.
Um,
Why am I? Oh, I'm a little guy.
There we go.
well, after you all.
Also, quick disclaimer: for the players we do not have here, we're gonna simply pretend that they are with us and just simply observing.
Ghosting.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dr. Baxy's being obnoxiously quiet today. I
The
don't actually
Baxy.
say that. That's not something I say.
In fact, hold on. Feel free to ping the ones that are not here.
The only one. Yeah. Okay. Yep, so I'm gonna go ahead and assume that all of you enter the tavern, or rather the guild hall.
Yeah,
Yep.
sure.
Okay. Cool. Slowly, you push open the door to reveal a long and quiet hallway, several other doors, and a nice rustic staircase leading upwards. But on either side of the hall, where those doors lie, you can hear some sort of commotion. A cacophony and mixture of music and what's more reminiscent of a tavern brawl. In fact, on the right-hand side, the right-hand door seems to be budging a little, as if someone is being thrown against it or someone is pushing to trying to get out.
Is the door unlocked?
You can check.
I'll try to open the door.
Okay. Your hand grasps the door handle, and and for a moment it won't budge as you try and pull it open, before you then realize that it is in fact a inward swinging door, and you push it open. And inside you see a bar, and around the tables and at the bar itself you see people, man, orc, gnome, elf, throwing hands at each other. For a moment, the fight continues even as you stand there, but then it dies down as all of those eyes are drawn directly towards you and the party. And they
I-
just stop.
Slowly close the door.
As you close the door, the fighting just erupts once more, and nothing seems to have changed. No one comes out to apologize just for a moment before going back inside. No one pays you really any mind. Here, let's move everyone inside.
I don't suppose any of y'all are ready for another fight, are we?
This is where you guys respond to it.
Hope not.
You're not paying attention, Flump.
Oh, tired, man.
I know you are, buddy. I'll try and keep today's session short.
Not entirely. I was hoping for a more peaceful day.
Let's just try to find where we need to go, shall we?
Yes, quite. Cyrus will say as a cup just goes whizzing by his head.
No cups are whizzing by your head.
Damn it! Let me
All the
have this
fighting is
back.
contained to that one little room.
Max doesn't let me have any fun.
I know, I'm sorry. Anyway. As you venture closer into the hall, another door right in front of you opens up, lighting the wall, lighting yeah, lighting part of that hallway specifically with bright torchlight, and a figure steps out. A rather young girl with a stack of books balanced in her arms. She's not paying attention to you for that quick second before she turns and sees all of you just standing there by the stairs. She's quiet for a moment before she turns her attention back inside and says, I'm not going to do a voice for that. Da, we're visitors. You hear a gruff hum of affirmation, and the girl only shakes her head in some exasperation before turning towards you. I'm sorry for my dad. Please, please come into the office. Please come into his office. He'll be with you in a moment. She then
Alrighty.
turns to. Yep. She then continues past you and back up the stairs. Party, what party? What do you wish to do before going inside? Do you wish to
Oh,
explore,
Father.
or do you wish to
Yeah.
get this interaction over with?
I will look to the party and be like, you may do as you all wish. I will get business started.
Well, I'm going
Sure.
inside the office. Seems like the nice thing to do.
Should I join you? I join them as well.
As you guys enter the office, the door swings behind you softly. The metal hatches clanking shut. And before you, sitting at a rather fine desk, packed with alchemical elixirs, potions, and various documents and books, you see a rather aged man, hunched over his desk, a hat cradling his head, or rather, with his fingers pressed against his temple as if trying to massage a migraine, if you will. For a moment, you go unnoticed by him before he peeks up and sees all of you standing there. Well then, I take you're the people that old man Joe sent here.
Oh, big deal.
Yes. You feeling alright? It looks like you have a headache.
Yes, yes. Expenses, all that good stuff, as well as the guild members over there in the bar. Apparently, someone or something stole something, and now there's a roll trying to get it back. You can imagine my frustration at this. It feels as if I'm running some sort of care center or a daycare, not a guild for grown adults.
I see.
We have a veteran guild. Some things don't change.
Yes. Now then, I take it. Well, has he informed you exactly what the job is? Oh, Banjo, I mean.
Partially, but do you have any expanded details that you can maybe provide to us?
Yes, I do. Yeah, give me a moment. Carefully, he stands up from his desk and hobbles and hobbles over to a cabinet by the far wall. He swings open one of the doors and rummages inside before producing a small box. Fine, ornate, but to what it might be, you have no clue. You have no idea. Carefully, he hobbles over back to his desk and sets the box down on the wooden surface. This year, this package has been left with us for a couple of weeks now. We've been trying to find someone to deliver it. In fact, its destination is actually fairly close by. It's the next village up the coast. Someone up there, some magistrate, I would imagine, has requested this specifically to be delivered to him. In fact, this arrived in port months ago, and yet no one's thought of actually delivering it. Although I can hazard a guess as to why no one has decided to take this and deliver it yet.
And what would that guess be?
Hmm?
You said you would hazard a guess. What would that guess be?
Are you talking as your character, or are you talking as yourself?
The character, he doesn't have a voice. I can't do one.
Okay, got it. Well, the sea has grown a bit perilous lately. Pirates are on the rise, and it's become harder and harder to, get goods to other ports. And not to mention the land routes are no safer as well. Bandits from the mountains and forests. It's, if we wanted to send it, we would have to send it aboard a galleon. And even then, sometimes those galleons don't make port where we want them to make port. Some of them actually skip those ports altogether and go to the largest one. Then the package is delayed even further, or just doesn't even arrive. Again, it's just a guess. I don't truly know what exactly is causing the delay. Or rather, why no one is delivering this package.
Can I make a check on this guy just to make sure to see if he's being entirely forthright with it?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
So remember how I'm doing this. I spawn one of these. Ooh, okay. Let's see how this goes.
Right. Let me get to my generator real quick, because I forgot to generate something for this character, because I'm an idiot.
Don't talk about my friend like that.
Okay, NPCs. That's not what I wanted. Let's go generators, NPCs. Um, all right. Okay, go ahead and make a roll for that.
It's a flat 10.
A flat 10.
I have no
I'm
bonuses to insight.
All right. I'm just gonna go on a limb and say you don't
He's being completely forthwith. I have no reason to
Yeah.
predict.
You cannot tell if he's lying or not. He's just telling the truth. He's being himself. He's being a good man.
Do we
And
know
then-
the contents of this package?
Anyone watching Cyrus will see
No,
his eyes.
I
narrow.
truthfully do not know. The ship that delivered it, well, rather, when it was delivered, it was not actually included in the manifest. I do not ask
Mhm.
questions. People do not tell me anything. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't say what exactly is in it.
I see. I see. Okay.
Aye.
Well-
Although I will say this: should you deliver it, it does pay rather well, and no doubt whoever wants this will probably give you more. Who knows?
Yeah, they might do some delay fees or something, but who knows?
Trust me, if I wanted to tack on delay fees, I'd done it by now, and I more than likely will. In fact, before you leave, I will write a note that says that there is a delay fee for this at 20%. Or rather, something like that. Anyway, is there anything you need, supplies or anything like that? I can provide you what this guild hall can. No more.
I'm very interested in these potions you got lying around. What are they? What kind of potions are they?
Standard potions. I dabble a little. Health mana, stuff like that. It's nothing really entirely special.
Do you have like a recipe book that we can maybe exchange? And I kind of just hold up my recipe book. We can kind of exchange recipes.
I do have a recipe book somewhere. In fact, I think my daughter actually just took it up to the room. Once you get back, I will trade it. I will actually give it to you.
Alrighty.
I'll walk behind Cindy, and just quietly enough for Cindy to hear, just chuckle. I go out.
Can you describe like what the box looks like? Is it like a kind of like a small chest, or is it like a kind of like a shoebox shaped
It
metal
looks kind of like a jewelry box.
a jewelry box?
Yeah, one
Is it
for probably a
so
necklace or something
Cindy's
like that.
"Yeah,
But it's
Right.
big, blocky, a little ornate, like and finely carved.
I shall approach the table, carefully collect that chest, and slide it into a nice little gap on the side of the satchel.
Jesus Christ, Cindy.
So yeah, my character just quietly just collects the chest now that the job is pretty much accepted, and he just puts it in a satchel for safekeeping.
Well then. That's done. I also have one tiny request. There is something going. I do have someone up there in the village, up there in that northern village. It's a small trade port, very quiet, but there is a job to be done up there. And if you are willing to accept it, more than likely, I can double your reward a little.
Depends on the job.
Well, you would be looking for someone. Someone's gone missing, apparently, and the job was put out to this guild hall. There isn't one there, and the constabulary, frankly, really just don't care. Give me a What do you need? Oh, it's right there. I don't truly know who it is. I frankly couldn't be asked to care. Nope. Missing people are frankly all too common. And while it, yes, sad, I'm not particularly losing sleep over it.
Who will we need to contact for any more details?
You would contact my consul in that town. He'll have all the details. or rather, whoever counts as the High Constable. I don't know who actually runs that town. They've just sent down a letter and putting out a job offer. No one's taken it because missing person cases oftentimes end in some sort of tragedy.
Well, we'll definitely take a look into any more details and decide from there.
Do you know,
Of course,
do you know
that's
how
all we
long
ask.
this person's been missing?
Flump, you're
Sorry?
very quiet.
Why am I so fucking quiet?
What do you say, Flump?
Do you know how long this person has been missing?
If I recall, the mission, or rather the request, was put out a week ago? I truthfully do not know.
Alrighty. Well, I think we should get going with that package then. Not make it any more later than it should be.
Yes, of course. Before you leave, just a bit of, well, advice, if you will. I would go to the blacksmith here in town. I noticed none of you have any fire locks or anything like that with you. I would advise getting at least one. Makes your job, or it would more than likely make the job a little easier.
I
You
mean,
know how much he's selling them for?
I do not know how much they're selling it for. You are just gonna have to wait till you get there.
Hmm.
I mean, this man told us that he doesn't ask questions.
I'm just trying to run a business. Whatever happens here, happens. I don't know at this point. I've been doing this for a long time. Let's just go with that.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good idea to go check out the blacksmith then. And then just before we leave after the blacksmith, I'll probably stop by here once more to try to get those recipes from you.
Of course.
All right. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Good luck.
I fell.
You guys, the party Jesus Christ.
I exist like
Anyway.
this now.
I know. You guys turn and leave the guild hall, passing by the faint harmony of the faint harmony of music and the chaos of a standard tavern brawl. And come back out on the streets of, I believe I called this place Israel. I don't remember. Anyway, give me a second. Let me get the map. So, party, now that you have left the guild hall, what do you wish to do?
Go to the blacksmith.
All right.
Or at least I
Is
do.
everyone else fine with just doing that, or do you wish to break off and do your own thing?
I'm fine with going to the blacksmith.
So I'm gonna guess all of you are fine with sticking together.
Follow these
Yep,
guys
that
around.
works.
All right. You guys leave the guild hall behind and enter back into the city proper. You slowly just weave your way through the growing crowds, following the faint crash of steel. And obviously the faint plume of smoke rising into the sky. And then you come upon a building, a rather rustic and nice one, mostly open to the outdoors, just by the dock. And above, and hanging above one of the and hanging above you, you see a placard with an anvil on it. It reads Nathan's Ironworks.
Well, looks like this man just sells anvils as I walk in.
Well, something.
Are my party members good?
Let us go.
I don't know if you're planning to
don't-
change the map
I
or
do not
anything.
need this. What did he call it? And I don't remember. I'm not familiar with the word that he used for the weapon that he's saying we should.
It's a firelock.
Firelock. Interesting.
I thought it was flintlock, but I don't know.
I use more historical terms. Anyway, as you guys grow closer, the faint crash grows louder, and now accompanying it is a roar of fire as someone heats the bellows. You come upon a sand-filled courtyard with people milling about, weapons and armor hanging from racks. Most importantly, a man standing before an anvil, his back to you, bringing the hammer down onto the steel, the mass of steel.
I just kind of wait patiently. Don't want to interrupt his business.
My character was stay towards the back, but passively looking around.
Stand next
Okay.
to Tucker. Left arm. The player whom just spoke, I will stand next to.
Okay. You stand there for what feels to be an exorbitantly long time before the blacksmith steps away from the anvil with what looks to be a hot pile of steel shaped into what appears to be a knife. He walks over to a barrel and dips it in, leaving the piece in there along with the tongs, and they step back and turn their head towards you. Ah, customers. Welcome, welcome. What can I do for you?
Fancy smithing you're doing there. Do you by chance have any firelocks for sale?
Oh, I do. What exactly are you looking for? Are you looking for a musket, some sort of pistol, or a rifle? I have many for sale. In fact, I just got a shipment today.
What's the fastest that could be loaded? I'm assuming a
Fastest I
pistol.
could be loaded. That would be this. Yes, that would be this here Sea Breeze. Simple, refined, if you will. Very quick to load. It's just a pinch of powder, some wadding. Well, powder in the prison, and
I see. How much would that be?
price. Well, pistols, especially this one, are actually cheap. If I'm being honest. Let's say 30 silver. Call it.
That's very cheap. Well,
How
many do you have?
Like I said, I have a lot. I have quite a bit. 2 shipments actually arrived today for just the pistols. Yesterday was 3 shipments of the muskets and 1 shipment of rifles. They're becoming quite popular.
And how much would the gunpowder and ammunition and wadding cost?
I sell the well, I sell the musket balls. I don't sell the powder.
Do you have the materials for the
Powder?
powder?
Hmm?
Do you have the materials for powder?
I do not actually know. You would have to go. You have to go to an alchemist first. Actually, they have most of the ingredients. Shouldn't actually carry them. I shouldn't carry the ingredients for black powder, considering the destructive effects of it. In fact, when I tried working with it one time, I nearly blew up my forge. It's not fun. Never is fun.
That's quite fair. Let's see. So 10 silver, 7 gold. That's 10 guns.
Quick question.
Yes.
Just to make sure I got it back. The previous session, it was 10 gold pieces for the rent. Am I correct? I'm just making sure I did the math correct or what I have.
Sorry, what?
For the rent, was it innkeeper?
Yes, 10 gold pieces in total.
All right, just making sure that I had the math correct on that.
I don't even remember how much gold all of you guys have together.
How much would the ammunition cost?
Ammunition, pretty cheap, in fact.
Like, say, 1,000 ball bearings.
1,000 bull bear. Alright, so
That's an actual item.
I know it is. Let me look it up.
While Max is doing that, Cindy, I'll walk up to your character and I'll go, I've never seen one of that design before. Interesting.
Alright, ball bearings, a bag of 1,000 is
Yeah.
1 gold piece. Yeah, so let me rethink
The cost of
how
the
much
gun.
gold. Yeah. How much gold do you guys have altogether?
Don't know.
I personally gained 35 from last session when I sold him the potion.
Okay.
I personally have 19 remaining.
19. And Tucker?
I think I just have 2, if I remember right.
Okay.
That's how much I started off with anyway.
Alright. In that case, pistol would be 10 gold pieces. I'm not going to overcharge you guys, especially in a starting area.
Let's see.
Yeah, so wreck on that, 10 gold pieces. So in total, this should more than likely cost you about 11 gold pieces. If you wish to buy more, then go right ahead.
Let me go check up on how much the powder and such will be. Personally, it's up to them if they want to purchase any. And I'll be right back.
Of course. Oh, gentlemen, do you wish to buy anything from my humble shop?
Don't you suppose hang on, let me try that one again in character. I flubbed that line. Oh my god. Maybe
I'll leave the establishment and go to the alchemist, by the way.
Okay.
Would you know where I could find some supplies to get some cigarettes?
Cigarettes, you mean
Yeah. Shouldn't have
tobacco?
Yeah, something like that.
It's not that. There's a couple places. The artisan's shop should have some. The general store definitely does. Yep. Would you like directions to that?
Oh, yes. That'd be lovely. Thank you.
Go down the street across the market till you enter one of the nicer parts of town. It's the artisan's shop is a rather large building, surrounded by fences and a bunch of trees. The general store, however, just so happens to be across from the church. So, if you need something like If you need tobacco and a pipe, then go there as well.
Appreciate the
Yep.
directions.
Of course. And you two, would you like anything?
Do you happen to sell any tinker boxes? Or
Tinker's
tinker
boxes.
tools?
That is the one thing I sadly do not sell. In
Oh,
fact, I sold the last one 2 days ago.
I see.
In
How much were you selling for, if I may ask?
2 gold.
2 gold. Good to know.
Of course, prices range from blacksmith to blacksmith. We're in a port city, so I can afford to be cheap. Rather, not as expensive as other shops. You could try the artisans guild or shop as well. They more than likely have one stock, or more than one, really.
Good to know. Thank you.
And Tucker, what would you like?
Do you know anyone who sells arrows?
Actually, yes, I do. They're not inside the city walls; they're actually outside. The Fletchers is right across from the. Actually, the Fletchers lives in the large, the, the large homestead just outside the city walls with all the wheat farm with the wheat fields. I've never actually met the man. I don't make bows or arrows, and I've never actually had to. But they've sent their apprentice over a couple times to buy arrowheads or just to commission some tedious work that is, and I don't particularly enjoy it.
See, do you know how much they are?
I do not, sadly. No, I do not.
Then that'll be all.
Let's really quick cut to Cindy. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say he's found the Artisans Guild and is currently talking to the people about black powder.
Black powder, potions, anything alchemical, really.
Okay.
Um,
Young man, what have you come for?
At the current moment, I'm wondering if you could tell me any pricing on black powder or the ingredients of black powder.
Black powder. Well, the ingredients for black powder are quite simple. The potassium, sulfur, charcoal, and potassium, sulfur, charcoal. What was the other one? Saltpeter. That's right, saltpeter.
Yep, I know that part. I just need to know the cost for either or.
Yes. Well, it depends on how much you want to buy. Are you willing to buy a small barrel or a horn?
Probably a couple horns, just so I can carry them around. I'm about to get a firelock, so I'm trying to have everything I need for it.
Of course. Let's see here. If we're taking into account current costs as well as current demand, seeing as we have ships in the harbor. Give me a second. Well, of course, technically speaking, it's not a horn, it's really just a flask. One horn would be 8 gold pieces. Two obviously would be 16. Aye, yeah, that seems fair. In fact, we do carry quite a bit of black powder these days.
Alrighty, let me just do some math real quick.
You'd be spending spending about 19 gold pieces if you just bought one horn or flask of black powder.
Oh, so it's 19 for one.
No, it's 8 for one,
Okay.
19 for two.
19 for two. All right. Give me 1 second.
Would you be liking
sorry.
warding as well?
How much would wadding be?
Warding, very cheap. In fact, it's just cloth. So, price of cloth. What's the going rate right now? Malcolm, what's the going rate? The going rate for cloth, sir, is 1 silver piece per yard. Oh yes, 1 silver piece per yard. So, how many squares are you willing to buy? Or rather, how much ammunition are you buying?
Well, I'm buying a 1,000 ball bearings, so
1,000 ball bearings. Oh boy.
gotta make sure I have all the ammunition I need.
So that'd be 1,000. I'm just gonna say it's 1 silver piece for a yard of cloth, and you can then cut it up and turn that into warding.
Of course.
I believe that'd just be easy on both of us if you agree.
Let's see here. Trying to do the pricing right now. How much gold do I have?
Okay, let's send you do that and cut back over to the others. Thrawn and Tucker, I'm guessing you guys are still at the blacksmith?
Yes.
Okay. Are you guys
At least I
looking to
am.
buy anything from him, or are you just waiting there for...
I'm just waiting for the rest of the group.
Would you guys like to browse the shop?
Yes.
Sure.
All right. Both of you roll me a, let's say, perception check. This is just to see what
D20,
you
am I
guys
correct?
can see.
D20, am I correct?
Yes, D20. 98%.
Roll. I'm bad. I see
I'm
nothing.
also bad.
10 and 6. So perception plus 2, so that'd be a 12. Tucker, your perception 4, that'd be a 10. All right, so let's start with the lowest, so that'd be Tucker. Tucker, you don't really notice anything out of the ordinary. Suits of armor, another sword or two, a spear, obviously a couple firelocks, muskets, pistols, a rifle or two. Nothing out of the ordinary. Thrawn, however, you do notice at least something a little peculiar. You see a rather ornate looking, well, you see a rather ornate looking candelabra made of solid gold. Something out of place in a blacksmith shop.
I would wave down the blacksmith and ask him about the piece.
Oh yes, that is, well, it's a gift actually. Someone the magistrate commissioned it as a gift for, well, his son in the capital. God damn it, Thrawn. Yes, his son. His son commissioned it as a gift for, the magistrate commissioned it as a gift for his son. I'm getting prepared to have it sent off to the magistrate's estate, so that way he can look it over and then have it shipped.
Ah. Were you looking for anyone to deliver it for you?
No, I'll have one of my apprentices do it. It's not too far of a walk.
Understood.
Yes.
A very nice piece.
Oh yes, no, it is. In fact, I'm a little surprised with myself. I normally only work with steel and iron. I never work with gold or silver, but well, if you have a certain amount of money thrown your way, I guess you do things to earn it.
Was that my character would continue browsing a little bit, looking past it.
Yeah, you just continue browsing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's right. Math. That's 20. That's
Cindy, didn't I say 1 horn of gunpowder was 8?
yes, but if you look at the bottom, I added it together.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was a little confused.
Yeah,
So
because
it's
10
almost
yards of
30
cloth is 10 gold piece or 1 gold piece. So it bumps it up.
Well, no, 1 yard of cloth is 1 silver piece.
But I'm getting 10 yards.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So it's 1 gold piece. Yeah. Okay. Confusion.
Math, it's hard. It's D&D.
I hate math. I hate how I have to give you a discount. Actually, is that just with gold with magic items
It's let me double
or
check.
with non-magic?
Crafter. I thought it said autism for a second. Let's see. When buying a non-magical item, 20% discount.
20%.
Max, you allowed this.
I did.
Yeah.
Well, no, this is D&D rules. I really don't try to mess with those because it just makes it more complicated. Discount off $30. That's what we're going. The final price would be 24.
24? Alright.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna say overall, that way we don't have to spend too much time doing this. I'm just gonna remove the 24 GP, then add all this to my inventory, go back and forth.
No. Your discount. No. So your discount is 16 gold pieces. 24 is the final price.
Yeah. So that's
Okay.
this is what I'm paying. 24.
Okay, let's just say you bought that. We're done and over with that interaction.
Yep.
Fluff, I'm gonna go on a wild guess and say you bought your tobacco pipe and tobacco leaf pouch.
Yep.
Let's just say it was 3 gold pieces.
Cool. I
Yeah.
walk out of the shop because I have no gold.
Oh, so you didn't buy anything?
No.
All right, so Cindy's the only one who bought shit. Yay! Anyway,
I am.
On D&D, would I just put like pistol or something as the item?
Hey, Max,
yes, you just
remember-
put pistol.
Max, remember my whole backstory?
Sure.
I didn't have time to grab cash on the way out.
All right.
Alright, so 2 pistols, 1,000 ball bearings.
Okay, well, Cindy does that. All of you reconvene outside outside the blacksmith shop. Cindy with what the fuck is your name? Sorry, my brain's not there. With Opharis cradling a crate of newly bought items, 2 firelocks, a little pouch of 1,000, well, a rather large pouch of 1,000 bow bearings, 10 yards of cloth, and a horn of gunpowder.
And that all fits in my bag of holding.
Yes, sadly it does. I'm only doing this just to emphasize. Anyway, and now it is time for the party to decide one last thing. How they wish to get to their destination.
Could just walk there, honestly.
You could. Here, let me switch to the map.
I'm just gonna make that a custom item, fucking cloth. Can't believe that's not an item in D&D.
Sadly, yeah, weirdly enough, it's not, and I'm actually a little mad about that.
Now, I got a question.
Yes.
If I cut a piece of cloth, right,
Yes.
and then separate it from the main portion of cloth, can I use my mending cantrip to mend it back to its original state?
Tell me exactly what the mending cantrip does.
This spell repairs a single break or tear in an object you touch, such as broken chain link, 2 halves of broken key, a torn cloak, or leaking wineskin. As long as the break or tear is no larger than 1 foot in any dimension, you mend it, leaving no trace of its former damage.
Yes. Yes, as long as those two pieces are not like a foot away from each other, you lay them down side by side and maybe stitch up part of it, you're fine.
Well, I'm not talking about like putting them back together. I'm talking about making more.
Making more?
Infinite cloth.
No, that's not allowed.
Okay.
That's not allowed. I was really confused with what the fuck. Anyway, so party. You guys are starting here in the southern port. You guys are going up this way.
Alrighty. Well, before we cast off, I do want to go get the recipes, by the way.
Of course. City on your own, you walk back towards the guild hall. And by the door you see the same young girl as before. A book clutched to her chest as she just stands there by the door whistling a soft little tune.
Howdy. And I just kind of walk past her.
Miss, are you the one looking for the book?
The one of recipes, yes.
Yes, here.
Oh, okay.
Father asked me to give it to you.
Oh, well, thanks for waiting out here, I guess.
Yes, of course. He's currently a little busy breaking a fight.
Yeah, I can understand how that goes, for sure. Alright.
And as those words left your mouth, another man is thrown out the window.
He ain't doing too hot, is he? And I just say, thank you, and I'll see you around, I guess. Adios.
Oh, you're welcome. He then walks back inside and you walk back to the group.
Yep. And I also load my 2 pistols. Reload them.
Oh boy. I was expecting Thrawn to be the first one to get pistols. But no one said the...
Fire from my hand. I don't need a pistol.
You never know.
Ironically, I only have a +1 for those instead of...
I
a
gotta save the
+3.
pocket change.
Yeah, which is a little weird considering Thrawn is, has proficiency in them.
I do as well.
Oh, that's right.
I don't.
Anyway.
I'm good with the bow.
I thought you were going to
My
buy a
character-
musket.
Maybe next time.
Okay. That's
I
right, you
don't want
have
to
2
be
gold.
too broken. Yeah. I don't want to
I
be
got
too
magic
broken
abilities.
off the bat.
Okay. So, how are you guys going to go on this journey? Are you guys going to walk, or are you guys going to take a ship?
Well, I don't have money to hire anything, and I'm not going to say that in character.
Yes, of course. Thrawn Tucker syndrome.
I just spent a lot of money, so I don't have enough money to hire anything. I'm gonna say that in character.
It's a lovely
will
day
walk
outside. I
in,
suggest we go walk.
It's fine. Is all my character says.
All right then.
Okay, I
So-
figured out how to get the proficiency on there. I just had to like add pistols onto my proficiency for whatever reason.
Yeah, it's weird. Anyway, all of you turn and leave the city, weaving through the crowds, passing people by, and then, perhaps for the last time, you leave the gates and go into the world unknown. And now, guys, we are done with the first part of, well, part 1 of 8 of this section. And now we go into section 2.
Yay!
How far do we want to
Yay.
go without
Yippee.
everybody else? 'Cause we're
Sorry, what?
missing, like, how far do we want to go without everybody else? Because we're missing like half the party.
Yeah, no, we're missing about half the party. I'm not going. Probably gonna have you guys way through the journey, so probably in 15 minutes.
Just gonna say you cut out the important parts, but I heard 15 minutes.
Yeah, we're going 15 minutes. Anyway, as you guys walk along the coast, you feel the sea breeze brushing against your face, and soon enough, the coast disappears behind a wall of trees that flanks both sides of the road, mountains looming overhead. Soft noises of nature. And to get things into the swing of things, just really quick, guys, I would like you guys to play one round of I Spy and roll perception each time we do this.
Oh boy.
Okay, I'm looking first.
I love when my sister
Alright.
walks into the room and just starts saying slurs.
The fall.
So, is it I Spy with like the things on the table that we see, or I Spy like in character?
It's I Spy in character.
Okay.
So basically just what you see in the forest. And of course, the person that says I Spy also has to roll perception. So everyone roll me perception. And I will DM
spy
you
an
what you
over
see.
13.
Fuck you.
15.
Oh, don't want that. Shit.
Okay.
not getting rid of these dice.
What's my
Ron rolled a 9.
perception? 0. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, thanks for the 70% probability. Anyways. Got a 7.
Oh boy.
I got a 15.
Okay.
9, and I believe that's a +2 for Thrawn.
I Spy
Okay.
with my
Cindy,
little
throw out a
eye.
letter real. Throw out a letter real quick.
B.
B. Fuck. What the fuck am I gonna do with that?
You didn't specify which letters.
Cyrus once he goes, bird, right there.
Okay, yeah, that'll work.
My wife and I love playing this game when we go out on walks.
Mm-hmm.
That was in character. I said that in character.
Okay.
So that's in character.
Yep. So Tucker and Flumph get it. Thrawn, you don't. Next.
I spy something right with the letter T.
Okay. Let's go with Thrawn. You're next. This is mostly for roleplay purposes, just to fill time.
5 and then +2, so that'd be 7.
Okay, throw out a letter starting with G.
A letter.
Mhm.
wait,
Uh,
a letter starting with G.
Shut the fuck up. Your word starts with G.
A goat.
A what? A goat?
Brother, we're in a forest.
Where are you gonna find a goat? Okay, screw you. Your word is grass. Everyone gets that.
I look
So
at
we're
Tucker
gonna-
and I go, I put my hand on her shoulder. My friend, are you feeling alright? Do you still see the goats?
All right.
I look at Cindy. I know you're a snake oil salesman, but do you have something to help him?
Are
He's
the goats in the
dead.
forest with us right now?
I don't know how to help him.
All right.
I study magic, not insanity. What do we do with this?
Potions
Hold on
can't
real
cure
quick.
insanity.
Yep, flow real quick. Hush, 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 hush. As you guys wander the forest, pointing out things that you see, making a little bit of fun of it, you hear a snap of a twig off to the side of the road. Players, roll initiative. That's right.
Reflex, gun pointed.
Alright, that is the
As I
session.
snap, I pop my cane up to high grip.
19 plus 2.
21.
Should we just wait for initiative when everyone else is here, or are we gonna do combat?
I'll have them roll initiative before we actually start the next session.
Alright.
Where's my initiative?
4. So +4 would be 8.
I got a dirty 20.
I got an 18.
Nice.
My reflex gun point actually makes sense now.
So there's my. You know when someone like taps a cane on the ground and like pops it up?
Yep.
That's exactly what I do. Tap on the ground, pop it
Okay.
up, and I'm ready.
Grimjaw got 4.
Rim job? What?
Grim
That's my
Jaw.
character's name.
I heard rim job.
Why didn't we do
That's
that
weird.
4G? Grimjaw. Fucking grats.
So you got a
Dirty 20.
Yeah, dirty 20.
Well, of course it's dirty 20. Some guy's name is rim job.
Thrawn got a 21. Cyrus, what'd you get?
18.
Okay.
Oh God, help me.
And lastly, rim job.
Rim job? What?
You motherfucker.
Oh my God, if he was in the army unit, we would have just.
If I had perms right now to change his name to Rim Job, I would.
You know what's your
8. I got
8?
4
Okay,
plus
got it.
4.
Thank you. Oh boy.
Rim job.
Yeah, Thrawn. Yeah, Thrawn Tucker. You guys should join the 11. We totally won't make fun of you.
If I ever get captured, I totally won't snipe you in the head.
He will.
I did
That's when we
today.
find out. That's
Yeah,
when
no,
we find
he
out
did that to me
the-
today.
That's when we find out the twig snap was the goat.
We actually formed a cell of ISIS called Super ISIS.
That was a
Wait, 1, 2, 1, 2
first.
was crisis?
That was the first GWAT campaign. This is
No,
this
yeah,
campaign.
that was the first GWAT campaign where our squad leader and 2 IC ran off into the fucking desert and formed a terrorist organization.
It wasn't that they ran off, they were left behind on extract. I was right there with them, they just couldn't save me.
Potato. All right, I got the order mostly down for next session. Yeah, you guys are now good for the day.
Yeah.
Do you like us using that little note on the right, by the way?
Yes, like we established during session 0, this is going to be a heartfelt camp. This is going to be a lighthearted campaign, so there are going to be some funny bits, and I did try today.
The way I helped.
Yeah, Mr. Goat.
Grass!
Grass, that's your cue to actually go touch it.
No.
See, and I said
Yes,
B,
yes,
hoping that you
yes.
would just say B, you know, the insect.
No, we said bird. It's a woodpecker. Let me
See,
save this.
That's how I always trip people up when I Spy, because I say I Spy with my little eye, something that starts with the letter B, and then it's an actual B.
and it's attacking you.
Yeah, and I'm running away.
All right. So, with that session now done,
Everything's
how did you
gone.
guys enjoy it?
Everything's
Short,
gone.
to the point,
Go.
done.
No. The reason why I'm asking is because today was just a lot of fluff and filler. Oh fuck. Well, that's not good. And I accidentally deleted all that. Shit.
What did you delete?
Nothing. I have a way to fix this.
Like, I'm looking at the game and I'm like, I
He's
don't see
over
the
here-
table. I don't see anything. Hell.
Give it a second.
I'm gonna
He's over here
flip.
like, he's
Don't
over
you
here like,
fucking
I
dare.
can fix it. I can fix it.
You know, it's called going back in time.
Yeah, it's called Control Z. And then we have to load all of the things again. Never mind,
Yes.
it didn't load.
Give it a second. Oh fuck! I hope I didn't just crash my game. I did.
And
Fuck.
he crashed his game.
Thankfully, there's an autosave.
And thankfully, we don't need it that badly. We didn't do much.
Yeah, we didn't do shit.
We basically just did a shopping episode, which I fully expected, by the way.
You know, today. I know that not a lot of people are going to show up. Song is feeling a little meh. Has been feeling a little meh for the past like week. She also just moved houses, so
Estás cansado.
yes. And
Speaking dwarvish again.
Morrow,
Oh, damn. He's in Florida right now.
yeah, he's in Florida right now.
Actually, today he's
I thought you were gonna say
driving
Billy
home.
Joe.
Okay, that's good.
He'll be up to Monday.
Woo! Fucking better
We
be.
missed his horny ass, kinda.
Yeah, and I heard that you guys didn't miss me much.
Well, you're you.
I don't.
You're you.
I know. I've been in 1-2 for way too long. I should get out already.
My
Yeah,
first
go to
response
Boxcar.
in my head when you said I didn't miss you was Bobby Hossein. That's my purse. I don't know you.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and end stream. I don't know if any of them actually like jumped into watch. I didn't check the analytics. Oh, someone did. Anyways.